Good morning, and it is the Gr8 Nrthrn Sexcast. We have a very, very interesting crew this morning. Ms. Colleen Bertino is under the weather, unfortunately, but we've got some of the rest of the crew stepping up. Liz, you're here. Hi.
Hi.
And Michael.
Hey, how you doing?
It seems like we just did this, doesn't it?
I know. We're getting too close here.
I know. It's getting a little goofy. But we're really tickled to have in studio a very special guest today, Lisa, a.k.a. Mrs. Sin. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi.
I am so excited to have you come and visit with this team. You have a lot of insight to an area that a lot of us have heard about, but probably don't know very much. And we've got a true insider into the swinger lifestyle.
Thank you. Ask me anything and I'll tell you no lies.
Well, and guys, jump in at any time. But I think what's the overview? It's like, all right, how does a person, because you said you've been involved with it for how long?
My husband and I have been involved with it for over 10 years. So we have done everything from attend local parties to national parties, house parties, outdoor parties, pool parties, you name it.
So what, were you guys sitting around watching Roseanne one night and you just said, I wonder what it would be like to check out swinging?
Actually, it's kind of funny. It was all my idea. All my idea.
Okay.
And I was working in the office for his company, his construction company, and I started searching swinger sites and swinging and everything like that. And it took me 2 years before I finally got the guts to tell him, let's do this. When he looked at me, he said, let's do it. We went to our first swinger party, and my poor husband white-knuckled it all the way to the party.
So if somebody is going to explore this as you set out on a journey to do it, so what happens to you first? You go to a party, not expecting to do anything per se, right?
Had no idea what to expect. None, zero. Didn't know anyone in the lifestyle. Knew nobody that had swung. Nothing. Just totally did it.
Okay.
That's tough.
Yep.
So you're walking around high and just...
Yeah, we entered the party, and it happened to be a Halloween party. So we dressed up in our room. We went down to the party, and we sat there with drinks in our hand and a smile on our face and stared at people. Everybody knew everybody except us.
Okay.
And so it was funny because what the perception of swinging is that it basically caters to couples. The woman is actually the initiator. If a woman doesn't want to do something, it's not going to happen. Nothing
Okay.
sexual. So I was very shy and didn't know what to do, so I sat around and I stared at people. And I wonder what it would be like to talk to them.
Which is something that you can do at a swinger party, right? I mean, you could be a voyeur and just go and watch, right? So
Absolutely.
they probably doesn't think anything of
It
it.
took us, this is no joke. We were in the lifestyle for almost 2 years before we've had our first sexual experience.
Wow.
We voyeured, we met people, we became friends, and then finally it just the sex part kind of took off from there. But yeah, it's voyeurism, and it was so erotically exciting just to partake in something that was so, like, I don't even know what the term would be. It's
Taboo?
Taboo,
Yeah.
exactly. That him and I went back up to our room and we just did it all night long. And not to mention, we ordered pizza, and the pizza guy came up, and I answered the door naked because I was so turned on by the whole
And
experience.
how'd the pizza guy do with that?
He called our room later, and he wanted to come back home.
Nice. I like it. So, okay, I would imagine, though, that there is some sort of a qualification process because you don't want just any pervert off the street that really has no true interest. Is there a vetting process for being permitted to come to these events?
Basically, we started out we joined one particular very small site, and then I was working at a bar, and someone had heard of Lifestyle Lounge, and they came to me because I was talking among people this sin that I had done, and I was so sexually turned on by it. And this guy comes up to me and he goes, if you're looking to take that avenue, go to Lifestyle Lounge. Beautiful people, awesome parties. He goes, and it's much more upscale. So I looked into the site. We joined it. With Lifestyle Lounge, it is discretion, 100% discretion. You need to be real sealed. So you have to know someone that's already in the lounge to get your real seal to prove that you truly are there to swing and not out the site or anyone on the site. And excuse me. From there, we took off. So we kind of got into a community, is what I like to call it, of lifestyle swinging people. And that's where everything just kind of took off for us. Sexually, friendship, parties, everything.
Well, okay, I think the big burning question, I know Michael's for once very quiet.
I'm taking it all in. I'm just like, wow.
This is not normal. Okay, this is not.
Give it to me, Michael. Come on, give it to me. I'm used to saying that.
No, but I think one question that is the first one that most people have is, what about the effects on the relationship?
In all honesty, if it wasn't for swinging, my husband and I would not have such a fun, outgoing, close sexual relationship that we have. Swinging opened the doors to a lot of things for us. For one, I'm a Scorpio. I have done my entire universe evolves around sex. I am comfortable in a sexual environment around sexual people. Everything sex is where my comfort level is. He, on the other hand, is a little bit more shy and reserved, and he says I'm a rainbow of colors in his black and white world.
What's his sign?
He's October, so October 22nd.
Probably not a Libra. The next one after Libra is
Scorpio.
Well, yeah.
He's on the cusp.
He's a cusp of Libra,
Yeah,
Scorpio.
I'll look it up.
Okay. But it's been wonderful, and the friendships, the sex toys that we have come across, everything. It's been a really good journey sexually for us.
Well, probably because you took so long to get into it, right? I mean,
we were in our mid-30s.
But you said you spent like 2 years,
Yeah.
In the lifestyle, voyeuring, meet people. I mean, I think if you had that first night, if you had been like, oh yes, let's
I want
do
to
it,
jump his.
he might have been like, oh, maybe it's about the, having sex with other people and not swinging. You know what I mean? I think because you approached it with such baby steps.
We did approach it with baby steps, and we took the sexually charged energy and we kept it between ourselves for a long time.
Yeah.
Which really helped.
Well, then your relationship is building as you're exploring this new lifestyle. So, yeah, I mean, I could totally see how that can, make
Absolutely.
it better and not worse. Yeah.
Yep. And it's, a lot of it was me going out there and kind of just telling, this is what I want. Let's make this happen. I want to have some fun. And I don't want to be the Joneses down the road with a white picket fence and a golden retriever and 2.2 kids.
No. I want to go to hedonism in Jamaica.
We've done Hedo 3 times, and that was his idea. He saw it on the Playboy channel. We packed our bags, and we never knew anyone that had been to Hedo, and away we went. And let me tell you what, we did not do any partner swapping the first time at Hedo. We kept it all once again between us.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, the experiences. The second time we went, I can't say that we kept it between us. Let's just say there were a lot of very lucky men and women.
Fun.
Well, do you also think sexually there is something different, you having boundaries, okay, I'm just gonna do blowjobs, cunnilingus. I'm not gonna have intercourse. There's got to be some of that to help.
Here's the thing: is I get a little bit excited when my husband finds a play partner, and I kind of push him. Go fuck her. Go fuck her.
Real, you can say that. It's okay. Oh, the look on your face was priceless. Oh no, you're fine.
He goes, quit pushing me to have sex. I'll do it on my time. But I get excited because I get excited. I'm like, go go get it done there, stud muffin.
But there must be some couples that have.
Oh, absolutely. Every couple has their own boundaries. Some people, possibly, let's say their wife likes to have sex with multiple men while their husbands watch. That's maybe their turn on. Some are couple only. Unless there's a four-way connection, they're not going to be having sex with, four-way connections are hard to find, but when you do find it, it's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
It just depends on what your fantasy is. The lifestyle is all about the fantasy and having that fantasy become reality, and making it better between your partner and yourself.
Right. How do you, if you're approaching a couple, how do you have that conversation? Do you just...
You know what? It's really not a conversation. It's actually, we go to the parties, we get to know the people, we actually develop a friendship. I rarely have walked up to someone and go, hey, do you want to go have sex?
Yeah.
We have some drinks together, we party together, we dance together, and then at the end of the night, there's a hotel room party at our place, wink, wink.
Gotcha.
Or whoever wants to come out.
So you already know these people, so you know
Some of them,
they're
yeah.
kind of,
Yep.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. And I have a different, I like single males. That's what I choose. So I like to have sex or whatever with single men and sometimes two men and sometimes three men. And
Sure. Nice.
and
It's a fantasy. Live that fantasy out, right? You know?
and-
Now, I've heard it's a lot harder for single men to get in.
Absolutely. I wouldn't say harder for them to get in. Anyone can get on a site. You can become a member of a site. It's getting into the parties, being accepted. Now, for a single male, when I find a single male that I truly think would make a good single male in the lifestyle, I tell them the number one thing is don't go in there thinking you're going to jump everyone's bones.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Go to the parties, be a gentleman, just respectfully, dress up, always look nice, keep yourself groomed, and talk with everyone. Don't say, I don't want to talk with that person because they're not what I'm looking for. I'd rather talk everyone because everyone knows someone who might think that you're the person that they should hook up with.
Yeah, it's all about networking, I guess.
It's all networking it's for couples and single males though. Networking is the number one key to making a single male. And obviously attraction, keeping yourself fit and in shape but just being friendly and getting out there and going to the parties.
Right.
I didn't hear single females.
Single females, we call them unicorns.
Okay.
Like unicorns.
Okay.
They're a unicorn. Single females it's like going out there and catching that unicorn. Single women are a little bit different. There are a lot of single females. A woman's sexual desire is a little bit different than a man, where a man is hardwired to have sex and he can do it with less emotions. Single females have a tendency, and I'm not saying all single females, but it has been known that they get attached to certain couples or single males. There are single females, a lot of them, are looking for love, and they would like to explore the lifestyle as a partner with a partner. So not as many single females as there are single males, and keeping them a single female. Now, I do have quite a few single female friends that I've met through the lifestyle that have been unbelievably amazing women. And I've had sex with many of them. And they're a blast. They really, really are fun. They're just not, that's why we call them unicorns.
Okay.
They're just not as prevalent as the single males.
Right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So okay, I'm sorry, the naivete is just going to come oozing out because I don't know. But I mean, how do you guys handle in this situation? I mean, especially if you're traveling and whatnot, the obvious health concerns about this sort of thing. I would think that would be something that would be top of mind.
The health concerns, well, when I first started, the owner of Lifestyle Lounge was discussing the hep shots. So there's the hepatitis shots that you can get, and I went and got those. So I'm a vaccinated puppy here. At, say, our house parties, we put out bowls of condoms. So each playroom at the House of Sin has got condoms in it. A lot of times at different parties, there's bowls of condoms. Condoms are very encouraged, obviously, for all reasons, to be used. If you're larger than normal male. We prefer that you bring your own because we don't stock from the pinky size to the giant size. We just do the regular, right? Which has happened. But condoms are very encouraged.
Okay.
And then one other question on that. Oral sex on a female, do you go so far as to, do the plastic wrap?
I haven't.
No.
Actually, I don't even think about. That's
well,
I
mean, you can get if they have herpes,
you
can get it on your mouth. So.
And if a guy has herpes, I'll give it. Yeah. Haven't thought about that, and
at least they would. I think they at least have to have a visible rate.
I think that's where once again it goes back to the foundation of building a friendship with the couples
right.
and knowing them. And being personally responsible for your own health. If, say, for instance, this weekend I was supposed to go to a party, I had a cold. Well, I could have went to the party and had a great time and spread that cold to everyone, but you just stay away. If something physically is going wrong with you or you're not feeling up to it, stay away. I mean, be personally responsible and think of others. As far as oral sex, I've never performed oral sex with a condom on a man but the men and women that are coming to the party, I'm hoping are as personally responsible for their health as I am.
And they're your friends. So
a lot of them are my friends.
They care about you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I had a girlfriend once that was swinging, and I don't know where they met somebody, and it turns out she was a prostitute.
Oh.
Like at the end of the night, she was like, "Okay, I need my."
Oh no!
I have never heard
I
that
need
out?
my quote unquote cab money.
I've never.
And they
heard
were
of that
like,
before.
"What?"
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Awkward.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be way safer to actually have sex with your friends.
Yeah, build a rapport, have some chemistry.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Good.
Chemistry is so important.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's kind of like first dating, right?
You get
like
those
you're
butterflies?
constantly first dating people.
The butterflies.
First couple
and
months, yeah.
wondering what they kiss like, and the big question: how big is he?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's that.
Do you ever have people who are blacklisted? Who get kicked out
Off a site or from a party?
or
Party,
yeah,
yeah.
both, all of it.
Somebody didn't follow the rules,
You know what? Fortunately, the sites are really. Each site's really good about the membership. At a party, at all the parties I've ever hosted, I've never had anyone do anything that put anyone in jeopardy, fear, in an uncomfortable situation. And if that would ever happen, I would seriously hope as an event host that they would come and find me and that person would be removed ASAP. But usually people are just down for the fun. We're all having a good time.
Well, back up just a little bit, because you talked about anybody can join a site, but the parties are a little bit more difficult. Like, what's the process for do you have to be specifically invited, or how does that all work?
Okay, once a couple has made the decision that they potentially want to be swingers, whether for voyeurism or soft swap or full swap, you will go out there and you will do some research, and then you will find a lifestyle site. You join the site, and within the site, then there's a multitude of different avenues. You can do like booty calls, which would be like your hookups, your instant dating area. You can go on to the section, which would be like a local section where the event hosts will post their parties. Non-event hosts say, just a regular person, maybe, hey, let's do a meet and greet. There's this really fun bar. So you can go in and post, I'm having a meet and greet. There may not be an event host, but it'll be at a local bar, and they want to meet more people, and people then can go and meet other people. Event hosts, like myself and many others, will post the bigger parties, and then you make that decision as a couple what type of party you want to attend. Do you want to start with a meet and greet, or do you want to jump in full, to a large party?
So when you have your parties at your house, do you open it up to anybody on the site then?
On the site.
Or is it like
yes.
invite only?
It's on the site. And usually, you build a friendship and friends tell friends. So we open it up because we want everyone to have the experience of we call it the house of sin, the on-premise of what Minnesota doesn't offer. Minnesota doesn't offer on-premise clubs for sex. So for people to come to our house, experiencing maybe never been to a party or a house party or engaged in any sex, we keep it at all levels. You have your dance area, your chill zones, and then away from that area would be the play section. And you take it to the level that you and your partner would like to take it to. Do you just want to dance and flirt? Do you want to take it to the next level and go into a play area and watch? Now, a lot of times people love to watch other people have sex. They just love it, love it, love it.
Right, yeah,
Well, that's what porn is, right?
But it's live.
Yeah,
Live
live
right
You
there.
can actually smell the sex.
Yes.
She's such a delicate little flower. She's so shy. Yeah.
And,
girl.
and we've had so many cute first-time couples come to the House of Sin. They're holding hands and they're peeking into little, the little cabana areas, and they ask questions. And sometimes they get invited into the cabanas, and they're like, "We're not ready for that." Okay, fine. When you are, let us know.
Right.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's just, you have to be open and inviting. Do you have somebody who's like at the door?
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
Have myself and my husband, usually greet people. I have someone at the door who we have a list of the people who have signed up from all the different sites. So they come in.
So they have
get
to be on
checked
the
out.
list?
They have to be on the list unless otherwise we're familiar with who they
Right,
are.
right,
Some of
right,
our
right.
friends can
If
just
they're
pop.
friends, yeah.
Can just pop in. Yep.
Neighbors.
Have you ever had the neighbors accidentally stumble on one of your parties?
No, I'm knocking on wood right now. But we do live in an area. We have 13 acres. We are set back more into a wooded area, a long driveway, a stable. So as you pull up our driveway, you can pull around to the back of the house, and really, it's
pretty private,
It's
yeah.
very private.
Yeah.
And we only do a few house parties a year because come summer, the whole house transforms into a stable for racehorses.
Oh,
We
yeah, so you
don't
can't-
mix.
yeah.
We don't mix the two at
Yeah.
all.
Oh my God. So I'm just looking, I'm looking over on your website. It's sinfuleventsmn.com, sinfuleventsmn.com. And I'm laughing because you've got your 2015 themes. I gotta hit you guys with what Mrs. Sin has up. So January was puppies and ponies.
Oh.
We missed that one.
Oh, we have some excellent butt plugs that are tails.
Oh, yes. Yep. I'm very familiar with those.
Do you know, I was just on Rusty's show this morning, right before on the Twin Cities Hit Show, and Colleen will have to go on in another week or so. But I sat in with those guys, and Miss Courtney said, "Yeah, I was wearing a tail last night, a foxtail, and so was her boyfriend."
Have you seen the ones with the big diamonds?
Yeah.
Oh, those are gorgeous. Gorgeous.
A little bling.
Little, little
It's not little,
Little
though.
butt bling.
Not from what I can see.
We have one that's small.
We do have
Oh,
a
do ya?
smaller size, yeah.
Oh God, the picture I saw, I was like, "Whoa, okay." So February was Foot Fetish Month. How'd that one go?
Foot fetish. That was interesting. Now this is Kinky Friday. What you're going over. This is actually a social. It's like a meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
That's posted. That's hosted at the Gay 90s. And what we do is we allow the swingers to come in into a sexually charged atmosphere with a performance, and you can now meet other swingers. You can meet people in the sex industry at this meet and greet.
Oh, cool.
It's a very sexually charged meet and greet.
Very cool. Well,
And if you're into fetish, experiencing anything, have a curiosity about it, you have the opportunity then to get topless or naked and have the dominatrix do whatever it is that you want her to do to you.
yes, and do you know that Miss Karen from the Gay 90s has agreed to hook us up with the dominatrix? Oh,
cool.
Nice.
She's gonna come in. Yeah.
You'll love her.
What is
Yeah.
her name?
Mistress Jean.
Oh, it's Jean.
Mistress Jean.
Yeah.
Oh, you familiar with
Liz.
Jean?
Well, we
Liz.
have her movies.
Oh, perfect. Yep.
Jean Bardo.
Jean Bardo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's gonna be on the show
Rubber,
soon.
Rubberella. That's
Yes.
her movie name. Mhm.
Very-
She
She
is-
does a lot of latex movies and stuff. Yep.
Oh, no, I
She's
remember.
an amazing woman.
She's beautiful.
Well, and you would love, if you ever get a chance to, Mrs. Sin, you've got to come down to the Fantasy Gifts headquarters for a tour. I'm sure that Michael or Eric would love to give you a tour.
I love giving tours there.
It's,
I'm telling
it is
you.
so much fun. But then you got to meet Colleen's
it.
mom, because her parents started this business 35 years ago.
Okay.
Her dad and her mom. So they're all in this business. And the first time I met her mom, who's in her 70s, she's in there cataloging the porn DVDs. So it is like
her job.
so much fun to go visit the headquarters. I'm telling you.
The first store was on Block E next to Moby Dick's.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to come.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't.
it's pretty exciting there. It's always
And
a blast
kind
at
of
the
boring
office.
at the same time. I
I
mean,
think
it's
when
like
you
an
just-
office, but it's a office.
I
There's
think we're
dildos
just-
on the walls.
Yeah, we're desensitized.
First
It's
off,
like,
it's not your corporate office. If I can walk into a corporate office with dildos and butt plugs, obviously I'm in my element.
that's exactly it. Yeah, that's quite an element to be in. You just turn around and it's like, oh my gosh, a wall of heaven. Oh, I'll take one of those. I'll one of those. Start me a tab.
Yeah.
only
love it.
half of it, because the other half has to be family friendly,
Right.
because Colleen's got kids,
What?
I got kids,
Yeah.
and they come
Yeah.
to work, so only half of it, so that they're not allowed in those
We
halves.
have our naughty side, our warehouse, and we have our not so naughty side.
I want to go in the back door of the naughty
Naughty
side.
side. And that's usually how we have you enter is the back door.
I love to enter through the back door of the naughty side.
You guys, Lisa saw that when she came to be on the show with us today. We were upstairs doing Rusty's show, so we didn't hear her. And she saw the sign that said "Hippies must enter by the back entrance." And because nobody was answering the door, she's like, Do I have to go around back? I mean, she was like,
I wasn't sure if I was considered a hippie, so I went looking for the back door.
Free love, free love.
I had that same question when I came again today. I'm like, I think it'd be more Liz. I can go through the front door, but I sometimes prefer the back door.
well, So yeah, oh my God. Okay, so coming up, so you run how many events officially, besides the ones at your house every year? Do you?
Okay, so we do the meet and greet at Kinky Friday, which is a simple social, and then we do
Is that
the
once
house-
a month on Fridays?
Once a month on Fridays, and then come summer we'll do a couple like along the river somewhere outside in Stillwater. The House of Sin, which is the on-premise style at our house, and then we do the Sin Cities, which are your more upscale limos, a little bit more dress up. We have bigger DJ names, and those take place in downtown Minneapolis.
At like a hotel.
Club, and then hotel.
Okay.
So, and then we have the opportunity. I have teamed up with Mr. D. He didn't want me to give his name. He is the guy who started Djibouti. He's a national event host, and we had been asked to do the Penthouse or the Hustler Club, top of the Hustler Club, a national event.
Nice.
In Las Vegas.
Nice.
Oh, that's an honor. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Wow.
How many
Where's
people?
the Hustler Club in Vegas?
The Hustler Club. I'm not really sure exactly where it's at. Where the club is. We have a resort that we'll be taking over.
Nice.
Topless pool, and then the limo service will come and pick everyone up and sweep them to the upper. Which I guess I haven't seen it, but from all the contacts, when we say that we have the Hustler Club, the penthouse or the rooftop, people's jaws drop.
Nice.
I
Okay.
guess it's amazing.
If it's Hustler, I mean, I mean, that's some money, right?
Yeah, you got a little bit of a name behind that one.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, will that be something that you're promoting on a nationwide basis?
It'll be at a national level on Lifestyle Lounge,
Okay.
and then a few other sites. And it'll be in July.
So would people book? Like,
Yep, there'll be online reservations, so you'll have to go prepay online and get your room online. And then you'll partake in there'll be
it's like a big package.
it'll be a big package.
Hopefully
And people will
there's
come
some
in
there.
from people will come in from all over.
The world, or just the
Let's
States?
go the States. I wouldn't say the world. That's getting pretty. But yeah, throughout the United States.
Yeah, that would be fun. How many people do you expect for?
Well, we
Events
were
like that.
told that the Hustler holds 800.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
The rooftop
be a
holds
party.
800.
So how does that go with sort of your tight community thing? You can't really manage it as well on that kind of a scale, or can you?
It'll all be through the websites.
Okay.
So once you sign up for it, we have your name, we have your screen name, and once you've paid, you've confirmed that you're on a website. You've confirmed if you're on a website that
You're
you
a
are
real human.
You're a real breathing human that wants to have sex. You've confirmed that you're part of a swinger site and you are ready to party like a rock star
Yeah.
and a porn star.
And I'm sure you're gonna have security. So if
the clubs usually supply us with security.
So-
Yep.
So when you're booking events for, say, downtown Minneapolis or whatever, do you tell the venue, yeah, this is a swingers group coming in?
Yep. I have
Ever
to
have any issues?
disclose it. One of the venues I went to, the poor lady dropped her jaw and she really didn't know what to say. And she goes, well, we'll give you a shot. And
To
then
see if you can bring the people in.
yeah,
And they'll spend
then,
money.
Yep. And then the owner of the club was like, "Don't give them a shot. Give them whatever they want." The next thing you know, our venue was laid out with shea lounges and chairs. And she comes up to me and she goes, "I'm turning an eye to whatever happens in here. You kids have fun."
Do you get the whole place or these private party rooms?
Well, the sections. So like party
They'll
rooms.
rope it off.
Part like a designated area where there'll be no public that can come in and out.
Okay.
You'll have security set up, so you have to be wristbanded and obviously, on the guest list.
So even in the club, there is stuff that's
Yep.
happening.
Can be.
Okay.
I can't disclose too much.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. And so, by the way, if you're just, hopping through the podcast today, we are talking with Mrs. Sin and sinfuleventsmn.com. We're taking a really good inside look at the swinger
It's
lifestyle.
fascinating. It really is. Yeah.
Very-
Yeah, I mean, and here on the Gr8 Nrthrn Sexcast, it was about time that we kind of talked about this and stuff. And again, so sorry that Colleen isn't here. I miss her today because I would love to be hearing her reactions to what's going on here. Not that she's easily shockable by any stretch of the imagination, but still. So with regard kind of to what the business that these folks are in, Mrs. Sin, how often because we talk about this all the time within the course of their business, like the toys aren't returnable and stuff like that. So how do the toys come in? I mean, or do they ever into these things? Because it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? It's a little
I
weird.
love that you bring up toys. We do have a couple couples that bring their suitcases with them to
Nice, I love it.
and their little wipes, and everything is clean. And yes, toys are a huge factor.
Yeah.
The Sibian, for example.
I keep trying to convince the higher ups to get Symbians. I'm like, but they're really expensive.
They're expensive, but I rode my first one down in Hito. Oh God!
Imagine
Loved
a
it.
saddle
Oh.
that moves and has an attachment in the center of it,
Oh, okay.
and that's
And
a
it was
Symbian.
actually when I rode my first Sibian, the guy was such a professional at it. It was in his hotel room down at Hito. He
Was
checked.
he manning the controls in?
Oh, he actually asked if I had a hysterectomy to kind of gauge how deep I was. He looked at my vagina to see how much I could handle, and I was like, "This is almost too scientific." I just want to hop on and ride the thing. And then he put on a penis that he thought would pleasure me.
Appropriate size.
The appropriate
Yeah.
size that wouldn't
You
hurt
got
me.
fitted.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
fitted.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
I got fitted.
And then he turned it
exactly.
up to 11.
It almost fucked me off.
Yeah, they're crazy, but I believe they're in the $3,000 to $5,000 range.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, they're expensive,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be one of those things that you probably would do online only because it'd be such a small, interesting group of people.
We do have some fuck machines, but they're more in the $500 range. You know?
Do you have sex swings? Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
really
We do have
popular.
swings. We have
Of course,
swing
we have
stands,
swings.
too.
We have stands
Okay.
too.
Yeah, we have a really nice swing stand.
Okay.
It's at our Burnsville store, so if you want to go down there and give it a ride,
Yeah,
just
set up.
there's a couple that I know that he makes the sex swings too.
Sure, yeah.
Those are fascinating. I actually haven't sat in one. I've never been,
swing?
I've never been in a swing.
Really? Definitely. Go to our Burnsville store.
Yeah.
You know,
Sit
I
in
think
it.
the
Try
thing
it out.
with the swing is you can do more positions.
Yeah.
You know, just because you don't have to hold yourself up.
Plus,
Right.
you got the
You know,
stirrups there to keep
and
the legs
then-
up so you don't have to hold your legs
And
up all
then
the time.
you can really, like he can.
I see the hand motion there.
Yeah, which the audience can't, but that's okay.
And you can really get your rhythm because you're on a swing. So it's really good for people that have physical problems and want to be more
absolutely.
aggressive sexually.
That makes
know,
sense.
But being suspended, you don't have the weight on your joints and
Yes.
stuff. That
Right.
makes
Yes.
actual perfect sense. That's
Yes.
interesting.
Probably make it last longer too. It's like, I'm
I don't
tired, honey.
know.
Let's take a break.
I don't know if it would make you last longer. It might make you last faster.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
we
then get
have
in a different
something.
position.
We have a sex swing that straps to your chest.
Yep.
Like
really?
it's like this like
Body
vest.
harness type
It's like
thing.
this vest
Yeah.
thing that has a swing on it. So like the
You look like
male
a
partner,
superhero?
So the male partner wears the vest, and then she gets in the swing, and he can
Oh.
carry
Bounce
her
her.
around and.
Oh, how interesting.
We've got all
I know.
sorts of
I'm
weird
sitting
stuff
here.
like that.
I'm getting a vision. I'm kind of.
I see those wheels.
I
rolling.
know.
How is this working? Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's door swings. Those are like way cheaper. Would be more appropriate for like a hotel because you don't have to install them. They
Very
just go over
mobile.
the door.
Just clip over the door.
Yeah.
But our door swings are pretty popular.
Yeah. Well, they're a fraction of the cost.
Oh,
they're like
yeah.
under 50, and a sex
wow.
swing is in the 100. It was 160.
Okay, okay.
So way more economical. You want to try
I
it
need
out.
one for the
but
cabin.
You don't
Yeah,
get that.
right?
The door
Why
swing.
not the front porch?
You don't get the full range because the door has to be closed.
Oh, yeah.
So
I really don't want to end up in the ER.
Right.
That would be. I do not want to have to tell that particular story. No. So maybe the more expensive. Maybe that's not where you cheap out. In a situation like
And
that.
make sure it's on a solid door. You don't want to go through the door.
as long as it's closed.
It is closed. Yeah, make sure you have it on the right side of the door. 'Cause,
way to the
I've
wall.
tried that. And
Did you have a
not
mishap?
it's not like the ceiling fan mishap. It was just a little awkward. It's like, okay, I have it.
You don't want someone to
I
open
think we
the
have
door.
a personal
Yeah, exactly.
experience going on over here.
I did. I was
You
talking
have to share.
So yeah, me and my now husband were getting it on, and I was doing kind of like a man-style reverse cowgirl, and my bed is a little too high, and the ceiling fan was on, and I almost got a concussion. I got knocked off of the
Are
bed
you
from
kidding?
our ceiling fan. So
He's
now
tall, so
yeah, I'm tall.
and you have a tall bed. I'm assuming.
tall bed, double.
And I feel bad laughing, but it's so damn funny. Now that I know he's okay, I mean, oh my God.
It
Thank
was a
goodness you
mishap.
have no hair.
Exactly.
Can
Like
you
I
imagine? What if you had had hair? I mean,
That would have messed up my yeah, that would have messed up my hair a little bit.
Oh,
It's
no.
even worse with no hair. It's really gonna hit me.
So if you were to have to go to the doctor, how do you explain to the doctor that you were reverse cowboying and got clonked in the bobber by the ceiling fan?
I was putting something up and didn't realize it was on. I
Right.
mean, I'm sure there's a million excuses,
especially
right?
with a ceiling
Just
fan.
get dressed first, please.
Yeah, exactly.
That's harder to
I
explain.
better trust my husband that he's gonna put some clothes on me at least because I'm knocked out. Remember?
Did you actually pass out?
No, I got dizzy, a little bit. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Okay, let's get back on.
I like the way
I
he
need
thinks.
to
Right,
finish.
you fall off the horse, you get right back
I
on.
No
to
pain, no
finish.
gain.
That's right.
We are a room full of troopers here. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
So it's okay for people to bring their suitcases full of stuff.
Absolutely.
Or
Yeah.
trunk.
And I, from experience, I know swingers really like glass and other toy materials that are easy to clean. Sanitize. So if you're looking to join the club and you want to use toys, find toys that are, easy to clean. Unfortunately, that includes non-battery operated toys, but
Yeah.
But glass is nice because you can put it in the dishwasher
Right.
and it comes out clean. You can
Yep.
heat it,
cool
freeze it.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of options with
Yeah.
glass.
Not to mention, I think the weight, the heaviness of glass adds to the sensation,
Okay.
but
I like glass.
Yeah.
I've never been disappointed.
yeah.
And that was another thing that I never realized that they were made of glass until
Yeah.
I encountered you guys. And first it was rather, I'm thinking, oh, chips, yikes, but I guess they're pretty.
Yeah, they're like a Pyrex bakeware. So they're that borosilicate glass. So it's made to withstand high temperatures and high
Impact.
Yeah,
You
so
can
you
drop
can
it, it's
shatterproof,
not
I hope.
gonna-
Yeah, you can drop it. It's fine.
We've tested
but it's
that.
just like,
It's
I mean,
glass.
imagine your Pyrex bakeware. It's that kind of glass. It's not your crystal, stemware,
Oh, God.
But it's always good to check your glass dildos for chips, cracks, just visually inspect them before you use them. It's like anything.
Wear the safety goggles with them
Yeah.
too.
Right.
Depends on
hot.
what your fantasy is,
hot.
baby.
There is stainless steel toys. So then you get the benefits of glass without the breakability, but they're really expensive.
I've never used stainless steel.
Yeah,
so
they're
pretty.
beautiful. There's one company called Enjoy that
Enjoy.
makes them, and they're beautiful.
I've heard of Enjoy.
They're beautiful.
We're kind
Works of art for sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now those I haven't seen. I'm gonna have to go check those out. So we're kind of doing everything you wanted to know about swinging, but we're afraid to ask today here on the Gr8 Nrthrn Sexcast, and missing our Colleen, of course, because she's not feeling well. We hope she's. We're gonna give her a shout out to get better and get back next week because we have much more to do. But I'm wondering if you were gonna give someone a step by step, and if somebody who was really terrified and embarrassed and all of that kind of stuff, what would be your best advice for people curious?
For the very, very, very beginner, I would say find a meet and greet or a social and come up, introduce yourself, and let the event host know that you are super nervous or very novice, and the event host will walk you through. They'll introduce you to
Hold
their
your hand.
friends. Yeah. It's not a scary experience. We're not mean people. We only bite if you ask.
You know, it's probably like any group. You know, me and my husband are home brewers, and we went to our first homebrew association meeting, and we didn't know anybody. And the current club president came over to us, introduced herself, introduced us to people she knew were friendly and nice, and that's all it took.
Yep.
You know, we just went to another meeting and met a few more people, and you just
and then it just grows
yeah.
from there.
So it's the same kind of thing. You just have to, one person just has to be super nice, and that's what the host is for. And
Absolutely. And I want to just make a very clear point for men, because I think nerves and the ability to perform goes hand in hand.
Right.
That for a man coming into a meet and greet or a social or anything for the first time, don't be nervous. Not everyone wants to jump your bones right away. So just come in and just and show your. It's really about the women. And the women are kind of the butterflies of the swinging community.
they call the shots.
Yeah, we call all the shots on if a woman doesn't want to have sex, there's nobody's having sex. So, and men, just, relax. It's just, and be social and have fun and just really treat your wife, your significant other, as a queen and a princess, because really that's what she is. And in the end, you take that passion and that excitement and go back with each other and take all that newfound energy and fun and excitement and go back and enjoy each other. And then the next party will be a little bit easier. You'll know some people and you can make another connection. It's not throwing your keys into a fishbowl and pulling out a set of keys.
Well, you probably have people that have never done anything outside of their relationship ever.
And they're scared to death. And I love those people because we were there too.
Yeah.
We were at that point, and if it wasn't for how incredibly nice the community is, we wouldn't be where we are today, over 10 years later, enjoying so many friendships.
Yep. I will say I've met a lot of swingers over the years because we have a discount, and they've always been so nice.
Yeah.
What do you mean by you have a discount?
Yeah,
We have a
stores.
10% off discount for Club H members, but we could probably extend
Yeah,
that
bring
to
in some
Lifestyle
proof that you're in
Lounge.
this. You have a little membership card or anything. What do you guys usually get?
I do have my Sinful Events cards here. I can pass them out and let people know. I can put it on the websites and let people know if they mention Sinful Events.
Yeah.
They can get
Yeah.
perfect.
I don't
And we
see
do
why
have
not.
quite a few customers come in and ask us about swinger events, but we've been kind of out of the loop for a while since we've had those swinger mags and stuff.
We used to carry a swinger magazine, but the people that put it together, I think they moved to Florida or something.
Yeah, so it's been out of distribution for quite a while, but we still have people asking about it. So if we have some information from you, a website or something how people can get into this.
Yep, my sinfulevents.men.com actually has 3 links to national sites. Lifestyle Lounge being the primary site, that is where my husband and I really met truly the most wonderful people. It's the safest, I believe, the safest site out there.
I think I have something set up on there for fantasy gifts.
Oh, do
for
you?
Lifestyle Lounge. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Perfect.
I get random emails
Okay.
telling me that
We
I need
tap
to.
into a lot of things. It's like, are we there? Yeah. We're always doing some tapping.
I like it.
Well, without obviously being disrespectful to any members or friends or whatever, I mean, I'm just wondering if you have any famous, over time, hilarious stories that have erupted at parties or events over the years, because I would imagine that there's, quite an opportunity for humor to ensue in this world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. I don't even know where to begin. There's so many. I have to think back in my file of funny stuff. Well, let's just say that there was a couple parties where our DJs were DJing, and then they left the podium naked with a heart on, and we're running back and forth, trying to make sure to keep people dancing, but getting their sex time in the cabanas too.
Did they have to give you a discount for that?
Yeah.
And that was kind of cute because I was coming down the stairs, and he stops and he's like, "I'm going back to the music," as he's standing there with a heart on.
It's like, well, hello.
Am I not paying you?
It was
Liz is tapping her watch.
the next morning we supply breakfast for anyone who doesn't want to drink and drive, and we're very
nice. So that's really nice.
We let people spend the night, and breakfast has erupted into a continual drink fest and fuck fest. And I personally have a strap on, Mr. Purple. Mr. Purple has come out, and he's engaged in many experiences that women bent over my couch would have never thought they'd be partaking at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God. So then they have to nap.
They go,
So
I
they
don't
can
understand
drive.
how waffles and this go hand in hand. I'm like, just take it.
Wow.
Michael's
red
sputtering
flag.
over here.
I
Yeah,
know.
you are a little bit.
Wow.
I thought I was the only one that turned red.
Do you know, is there swinger groups for gay and lesbians?
You know, that's a good question. It does say that when you join a site, it will ask if you're a couple, male, or female sometimes. I think that there's so many opportunities because the what do you call it? Gays and lesbians have bars and clubs.
Yeah.
They're more out there. And once you're socially accepted, you have a lot of opportunities where swinging really isn't quite socially acceptable. And people can lose their jobs if they find out, they're part of a site.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's sad.
It is. It's very sad.
That's when you bring out your aliases, it's
That's
like,
why we have screen names and real seals, and you don't want to,
Keep it
divulge.
confidential.
Yep, it's got to be confidential. Where gay and lesbians, you can't get fired for doing that.
Right.
But
suppose,
your teachers, cops,
Yeah.
politicians.
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood movie stars. If people found out what's really going on behind closed doors,
Right. Sodomy is not illegal still, right?
I think it's still on the books in some place. Are you sure? Did they finally overturn that?
They did. They
Okay.
did. There was actually a couple in Texas that got arrested for sodomy, and they did reverse. That was a couple,
Was it?
6 years
That's
ago.
what I get afraid of,
think
especially
it
going
went-
to different countries and
I
stuff.
think it went all the way to maybe the Supreme Court. I can't remember, but it was ruled unconstitutional. That
Right.
your what you do in your house is your business and no one else's. But that's here. I mean, there are in Africa there are countries that you will be executed for being gay. And there is I think there's a current gay activist in one of those countries, like Uganda or I can't remember which, who is on death row waiting to be executed for
his sexuality.
Yeah, and there was another couple, another gay
really
couple on a
sad.
cruise ship that was like they were in their cabin kissing, and somebody from outside saw them, and now they're in their prison system in this other country. So me and my husband, when we go to different countries, which we go to a lot of different countries every year on a cruise, we do not show affection like that because we don't know what the rules
buddies.
are. We're buddies. We're best friends and stuff until we get back in our room and shut our curtains.
And back to the days when you guys called each other roommates. Remember
Roommates,
those
right?
days?
Yeah, this is my buddy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But yeah, it's scary, especially
It's
going out of the
sad.
country. I don't want to have to.
Oh yeah, Russia is
yeah.
totally anti-gay.
Yeah, I won't be going
big
around.
That's
time.
because I think Putin is latent.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
of course. Are you kidding? He rides around shirtless on a horse.
yeah. Well, and he's always getting his picture taken with tigers. Come on, man.
Yep, I know, right?
Seriously, what's going on?
So you gotta definitely be cautious where you go and
Yeah.
the affection you're gonna show for your partner.
Yeah,
So
sad. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's all right. I just want to make sure I'm
Hey,
not
at least
breaking
you
the
can
law.
get married now.
I can.
I mean,
Hey,
hey,
that's why it's like
one step
okay,
forward, right?
You can marry your buddy, but you can't have sex with him. It's like, damn. damn. But yeah, you just got to watch those things if you're going to live the lifestyles that I live, or, make sure there's, if you're having a party in a certain state, you can't bring toys into certain states and stuff. So you definitely have to watch the guidelines so you're not going to end your party in jail, It's like, it's kind of scary. You don't even think of that. It's like, oh, this is my fantasy. I want to get this on.
Well, my fantasy is maybe to do it behind bars.
There you go. Right. There's a will, there's a way.
That's one thing I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
All right.
You do seem rather versatile. You will find a way to make lemonade, it looks like, from what I'm seeing.
Adventurous lady,
Why
I
not?
like that.
There's a lot of it going on in prison, so.
Oh, yeah.
My sister's
Yeah,
a
but it's a
prison
woman's
guard.
prison,
My sister's a prison guard, I've heard.
Oh, God. Orange is the New Black. Have you seen it?
There you go.
Great.
Right.
Oh, my
show.
God. I can't wait for it to come back. I binged watched the whole.
I'll tell you what, Alex doesn't know it yet, but she's my future wife.
Oh, okay.
Love Alex.
Okay, well, after this podcast,
She's got,
I'll probably
she's
know
got a
that.
spot right here.
She's gesturing to her mouth.
Yeah, this is radio and not TV. So.
At some point, we will have cameras in the studio. We'll have to rethink a few things.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
when you guys bring the sample boxes in, we can be
that'll
waving
be
at the
funny.
camera and doing all that
There
good
you
stuff.
go.
So, guys, before we wrap it up with Mrs. Sin, and what a busy hour. I mean, this has been just fantastic. Any more questions that you guys can think of that we missed?
I don't know. There's so much, to talk about this. It's like, I don't even know what to bring up. It's like, do you and your partner, do you ever get jealous or anything? Do everything stay as the group so you guys have your playtime, or do you venture off on your own? Because I think that would cause some problems.
Okay, very good question. Each partner has their own set of rules. My husband and I play separate. And we pretty much from the get-go, once we got our feet wet in it, we decided that was best for us. We do play with couples if the opportunity arises, but being that it's hard to find a four-way connection. And when you find it, God bless America, the sun, moon, and the stars are all coming together. But if you find someone very attractive, I would never deny my husband the opportunity as long as that couple's okay with their spouse to sneak away. I will sneak away. I like my single males, and sexy husbands too. Yeah, and I find
And sometimes you watch and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, sometimes I've walked in accidentally on them, but it also for us is something to talk about for days after.
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
relive
So
the
it's like
fantasy.
fuel.
Yeah.
It's like fuel for
What
that
happened?
fire, right?
Yeah. What happened? And did you do this? And did you do that? And did she like this? Jealousy is an interesting factor. Yes, there is jealousy across the board in the lifestyle. It's something that you really have to keep in check. Honestly, I don't have a very big jealousy threshold. I just don't. Some people do. I've seen people, the green-eyed monster come out. It's sad and it's scary sometimes.
scary,
And I feel bad because the next morning after they rethink their actions and what happened, I know that they, that
Major regrets. Like,
they're having some regrets.
Well, I'm sure with some alcohol, any
Yeah.
latent emotions is going to come out.
Yeah.
Too,
And I mean, I felt that tingle of jealousy. My husband has felt it. But you know what? It's that little bit that kind of keeps the excitement for us going. I like it.
You're also not socializing. I mean, you're not like, are you hanging out with these people?
Outside
You know
of
what
the
I mean?
Oh my gosh. We have been invited to birthday parties and we're friends. And not
But
only,
like, you don't meet a single guy and then like go to the movies and, go to dinner and.
I actually have a fascinating story about a single male that the first single male that I met in the lifestyle, he was my sex buddy, and it turned into a very 10-year friendship that ended not that long ago. But yes, we hung out as friends too. We actually hung out. We went rollerblading together. We both rode motorcycles. He came over and he would help me set up for parties. He was one of my closest and best friends.
And that was your husband was.
Absolutely. My husband knew everything. We would go boating together. Hey, David. I shouldn't say names. We're going to go hang out. We're going to go boating together.
I'll try to put a beep in there or something later. Okay. I'll see if I can see where it is.
Yep. So, we did become friends. Very, very, very close friends. Not just, I looked at him as a best friend. And then we would still have sex once in a while.
Right.
So.
Well, it's cool that you're comfortable enough, and your spouse is comfortable enough knowing that you're, out doing that. That's a great open relationship.
I mean, I guess
right
it's
there.
like individual relationships. I mean, you know where you are in your relationship.
Yep.
You know you love your husband, and nothing is going to change that, so it doesn't really matter. You know, everything else.
I know
is
what
just,
bed he's sleeping in at night.
Yeah.
Right,
So I
right.
mean, if you are concerned that your husband isn't really emotionally there with you, then maybe swinging isn't for you. You know,
Right,
because
sounds
that might separate.
And
You know,
I'm glad you brought that up too. Don't get into swinging thinking it's going to fix a relationship.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I have seen that happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't fix
It
anything.
could destroy
breaks it
if
probably,
anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would think though too, if you know, it would depend on, you know, how in tune you are and everything else. But if you do hit a patch where the jealousy thing arises, maybe it's a situation where you take a step back for a while.
oh, I'm
Right.
sure
You know,
that
and,
happens.
you know, stuff
I'm
like that.
sure that happens. You
And
don't
you know,
see
this
people for
brings
a
up
while.
the communication. Be open and honest with your spouse.
Right.
I felt this. I'm feeling this. And let them know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and then you both can work through it.
Yeah.
Communication does seem key. You know, you definitely
yeah.
want to stay honest. Exactly. If he's having a problem with something you're doing, he needs to let you know. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to fix it. You're not going to be able, you know, even if you want to. I don't want you riding that guy.
Well, it goes back to a good sex relationship. It's big on communication. You know,
Right.
if you can't communicate, then
Yeah,
it's not going to
a
be
bigger
good.
issue down the road.
Well, so Mrs. Sin, are you going to come back and join us again sometime?
If you'll have me
Absolutely.
in more ways than one.
I'll be skipping that one.
This will be awesome. I cannot wait to get the whole crew in here, and we're going to have to maybe the next time we'll go on location and we'll meet you at the 90s, and you can be one of a bigger cast of characters because I have a feeling we're going to be there more often now because we had such a great time, and thanks again to
great, yeah.
everyone at the 90s last night, Robert and Karen and everybody that helped us, and
Yeah,
again.
Karen's been a peach. I'm telling you, we've been working with Karen for a while now. We actually sponsor the gifts for the Jockstrap Twister games
yes.
every third Saturday. So we sponsor the gift cards or something. So
Is your meet and greet there a certain Friday of the month? Like
It's the first Friday of every month. It's Mistress Jean. It's the Kinky Friday.
Okay.
And she will be there. I will be there, setting up getting the swingers comfortable and making sure that everyone knows where everyone's at. Helping them. They come up to me. They're so cute. And they're like, I don't want to be beat, but I do want to be spanked. Can you help me with that? Absolutely. Follow me. So.
nice.
Hey, BDSM, the sub is in control.
Hey, and the Kinky Friday, I think, would probably be one of the best places. It's a highly intense sexual atmosphere. And you have everything from your first timers to your downward freaky fetish people.
Yeah.
And everyone gets together and we all celebrate.
So
sex.
somebody would just have to go into Lifestyle Lounge, set up an account, and then they can go to the.
And then you can be part of, Or it's
great.
open to the public too.
Oh,
The
okay.
Kinky
So they
Fridays
just
are
go and-
on the
okay.
first Friday of every month.
Oh,
So do y'all advertise that at the 90s or on your website,
It's
Facebook, and all
it's
that?
on my site.
We would
Where
definitely
is
like to
it?
link that
Where
with
is it in
ours.
the 90s? Is
The
it-
Annex.
The Annex.
Annex.
Yep, and the Annex has been newly remodeled. So we just had a really nice, huge Djibouti party. Myself and the founders of Djibouti in the Annex, and the owner stepped up to the plate and said, if we're going to host big swinger parties, let's remodel the Annex.
Sweet.
And
Nice.
He did, and it looks amazing.
You know what's really sad? I am almost 40 and I've lived here my whole life and I've never been to the 90s. Is that not the weirdest thing?
That
That
is
is
fun.
just sad.
Is that not so weird?
Oh my God,
Like
you've gotta-
I love dancing, but I've
And
always
there's
gone
like
to First
9
Ave to
different
go
bars
dancing.
to dance in.
I
You
know.
get your different styles
It's
of
really
music.
strange.
I always end up in the disco bar. I guess it's my
Oh,
Retro?
well, where the
That's
poles
retro.
are.
Where the yeah.
Well,
do
no.
love
Well, what
disco,
cracks
yeah.
me up about that is there's 2 people that are always there, and this one guy that brings his gear bag. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I haven't been there a long
Oh
time.
my word! I mean, he goes like religiously every weekend evening, and he's got his little show that he does.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, and oh my God, just
It's
hilarious.
like DJ Dirty Duke
Probably.
at the front.
He's probably my replacement because that
he's
used to
got
be
the
me years
most
ago.
kick-ass outfits. He wears like the shoes, the full like lapel. He DJs at the front on Fridays, and
funny.
he
Oh,
wears
yeah.
the
The
hat.
front bar at Ground Zero?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, but yeah, DJ Dirty Duke. He just it's like disco like pimp. Like that's what he
Perfect.
looks like.
Love it.
Nice, nice.
Awesome. So, okay, Kinky Fridays, the first Fridays of every month.
At the
and
90s?
Yep, the 90s. And you can catch up with Mrs. Sin there. And I'm going to put the link to your website on our show description today. And
Thank you.
we'll be up on Facebook. And you can go ahead and take the link and share with your friends. But we really enjoyed our education today.
We were very educated today.
Well, I
Yeah.
want to thank you guys for having me. It was a great opportunity. And once again, I get to be in my element talking about sex.
right.
And give us a couple of days to let all the stores know that you're the people that are in your club can get the 10% discount.
Perfect. Thank
probably
you.
by the weekend.
Oh, for sure. By the weekend,
we'll do a memo
we'll
and
send
pass it out.
Send a note out to everybody. So let all your co-players or whatever, let them know that if you wanted some toys or some lube, condoms, anything, you come to us. We'll give you a 10% discount.
Love it. Love
Aw.
it. Thank you.
Yes, we love to take
Thank you.
care of
Share
all
the love.
Yeah, all
Share the
freaky,
love.
kinky people. Yeah,
Practice safe sex and make sure it's slippery too.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is another episode 11 in the can for the Great Northern Sexcast. We'll see you next week.
Bye.